Today's topic will be Google Sheet Macros Recorder. So we are going to actually save our step, and then we can just recall again using the macro recorder. I'll show you how during this session. And for this session, we're actually going to have a look at three things. The first one is how can you extract data from a different sheets. The second one, I'm going to show you about the formula. And only after that, I'm going to show you how can we record macros. Because in order for us to do this, you need to know that what is the feature that you want to use, that you want it to be recorded in macros. The first step, of course, we are needed to create our new Google Sheets. To do that, kindly open up your Drive. So can you ensure that you already signed in into your Google account? To know that if you already signed in, you can see your photos on the right side. Okay, just go to your Drive, and then from your Drive, go into any folder, okay, that you wish to create the Google Sheet account, sorry, Google Sheets document, and then just click on New from your Drive and choose Google Sheets. And after that, you will see an empty tab of Google Sheets. So it looks like this. So the very first thing you want to do here is to give your spreadsheet a title. So just click on Untitled Spreadsheet and then just key in the new title. So next up, I'm going to show you how can you extract data from a different sheet. Let's say that you already created a sheet. Let's say you are, let's take an example. If you are a teacher, okay, let's say you are a teacher, then you will have sheets for your standard 1. After that, you have another sheet for standard 2, and then you have another sheet for standard 3. Okay, so you have a different sheets. And then there's a few things that you need to know. So every box right here, it called cell. Okay, every boxes. So this one is cell A1, this one is cell B1, this one is cell C1. So each one of these tiny boxes, okay, we Google Sheet already assigned them a name, so they also known as a cell. And then if it's a mix, I mean like a combination of a cell, so we call it a range. Okay, so let's say range, this one is for range A1 till range C3. Okay, this stuff, so all these boxes now known as a range. If only a single box, so it's a cell. So if this one is a range. And then we also have sheets. So the entire thing inside here, okay, the entire thing inside here, so this thing is known as a sheet. So in order for us later on to recall, to refer to this kind of cell, you can refer to a cell. We can also refer to a cell range, and also we can also refer to a sheet. So like I told you, we refer this as a cell reference. So this one is cell A1, which is 12. Okay, example here, cell A1, okay, 12. Cell A2 is 3. So if we just use the cell reference A1, 12 plus A2, which is 3, it equals to 15. Okay, so this is a cell. So each cell have a name, and also this entire thing is arranged, and also everything else inside here is a sheet. Why I want to explain this to you? Because in order for us to import the data, okay, so we need to know what we want to import. Do you want to import only a particular cell, or do you want to import the entire range, or you want to import things in the sheets? You need to know the name of the sheet in order to import if it's from a different spreadsheet. So now let's just import from other sheet in your spreadsheet. Okay, other sheets means that, okay, let's go back here. This is sheet 1. And then let's say I have another sheet, sheets 2. Okay, let's say I have another sheet which is sheet 2. So if you are here, you can import data, okay, from another sheet. Let's say here, this is sheets 1, and I also have another sheet like which is sheets 2. Okay, here in sheets 1, so here right now, let me just show you the real one. Open up my drive. Here, let me just zoom in so you can see. Okay, so let's see here. In my case, we are going to import the data from other sheets in my spreadsheet. So the entire thing here, sheets 1, sheets 2, sheet 3. This thing, example spreadsheet. So this one is known as sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. I'm going to import, for example, this one is from sheets 2, which is from this one. Okay, so the syntax will be, the first one is the sheet's name. Okay, the first one, sheet's name. So that's why up here, sheets 1. Okay, because the name of the sheet is sheets 1. This one, sheets 2, because of the name of the sheet is sheets 2. And then the syntax will be, you need to put this, okay, and then followed by the cell name. So like I showed you before, the cell name will be, this one is A1. That's why it become like this, sheets 1, which is referred to the sheet's name, sheets 1. Okay, and then followed by the cell, which is A1. So let's go here to sheets 2. Okay, let's go here to sheet 2. As you can see in my sheets 2, this is the sheet's name, sheets 2. And then right here, I have the cell name, which is A1. Okay, which is A1. A1 right here. That's why when I go here, since this one has a space, as you can see here, since the name of the sheet here has space, that's why when I key in here in the formula section, we need to put this. Okay, we need to put this. If without any space, okay, without any space, you can just key in directly sheets 1. But if the sheet's name here has a space, you need to put this sign. Okay, this sign. You're required to put this sign, else it won't work. It couldn't find the sheets. So here sheets 1 shows 247, and if I go to sheets 2 A1, so this is referred to the sheet's name, and then for the cell will be A1, sole foundation. So that's why, as you can see here, when we key in the formula, it will refer to the sheet. So that is from the same spreadsheet. Let's say you want to import from a different spreadsheet. Okay, from a different one. So here, as you can see, the formula will be import range. So remember, the syntax will be equation and then import range, and then here open bracket, you need to put the spreadsheet URL. So the URL will start from the HTTPS. Okay, you took the URL from the beginning, HTTPS, until here. They will give you a unique code. So here, example. To get the URL, it will be on the top. Okay, do not copy the one for the edit. You just need until here. Okay, copy HTTPS until the end. Before the edit, okay, means that copy right here for the URL part. Okay, so for any spreadsheet, so you just copy that part, and then you put, we need to put comma, and then again for this part, you need to put the range string. So similar with this, okay, similar with this, you need to put the sheet's name and also the cell name. So it just for this part, you need to put import range, URL, and then you can do the same for this one. So which cell, which range do you want to refer to? For example here, I put import range and then the URL, and then I just key in the name of the sheet, which is sheets 1. And then for the range, for this one, for the range, because I want it to copy A1 till A4. So that's why when we go right here, just zoom up a bit. Okay, for the URL, I just copy the same URL right here just to show you. So it can be from any spreadsheet. Okay, import range and then followed by the URL. And after that, this one is the sheet's name, which is sheets 1. I refer to this. Okay, sheets 1. And then this one is my range because I want it to copy from A4 till A5. So let's see, my sheets 1, A4 to A5, it's these two things, Source 247 and also Source Foundation. So that's why when I key in the formula, so here where I key in the formula, import range and then the URL, sheets 1, A4 and A5, so it will display me the result. Let's say here I put A4 till A6. Okay, A4 till A6. So just give me a moment, it will loading. Yeah. Because ASIC doesn't have anything. So now let's just put something here. I'll just say hello, for example. Okay. So my A4 till A6 will be this one, A4, 5, 6. Okay, A4, A5, A6. So these three. When I go back here, as you can see here, A4 till A6, it just copy whatever in between this. Okay. F4 till A6. But in order for this to work, you need to ensure that you didn't put anything on the bottom. Let's just example here. So here is the formula. If you can see down here, and then just give me a moment. I just show you a demonstration. Okay, so for this one, uh, okay. Okay, for this one, you need to ensure that the names is the same. So, oops. When is it loading data means that it's still collecting the information from here. So now I just copied this one is cells A4, this one is cell A5. So here I just write down to copy whatever in cells A4 till A5. So as you can see now, it just copied A4 till A5. Let's say here when I key in something, let's just put example. Okay, so right here, this one I key in manually. Okay, I just type it in. So here is where the formula. Let's say now right here on the bottom, I have hello. Okay, so I'm going to copy it, cell A456. So if I go here, I just change this one to 6. So A6 supposed to be hello. Okay, it will just give me a moment. Okay, since this one has something on it, okay, and it's not empty, there will be an error occur because it will not be able to write it down. As you can see here, it will show you an error message because it will be overwrite the data. As you can see here, it will show you the error message overwrite data in A6 because in my A6 I already key in something directly. So in order for this to work, you need to ensure that the place here, A6, since it's contain the 3 row, it needs to be empty. So else it will show you that an error. It will not be able to work because it will overwrite the data, which it refused to do so. So what you need to do, you need to just delete that part, and then it will work. So if you're facing any problem, so you want to check, okay, for that part. So that is for importing data. This is from the same spreadsheet, but then if it's from different spreadsheet, you just need the URL. Okay, the formula in front will be import range. So now we're going to have a look at a few formulas. Okay, a few formulas. So to use formula and function, okay, you can have a look at on the right side of your spreadsheet. There will be function. So when you click on function, there's a few operation and function available for you to use right here. So this one is the most used one for maths, and followed by the other one. The one that we are going to have a look today will be the for the plus addition. We're going to have a look at subtraction. So minus sign, multiplication, we are using the asterisk, and then division. Okay, and then we also going to have a look at the sum and average. I'm just going to show you this mathematic operation, so that because I'm going to show you how can you use this in your macros later on. First thing first, you need to ensure that for any operation calculation, it must start with the equation. Okay, it must start with equation. So the first one is the plus operator. So it's written the sum of numbers. For example here, value 1 plus value 2 plus, and so on. So here addition, I have in B2 I have 12. Okay, B2 I have 12, B3 I have 3. So you're going to do this 12 plus 3. So when you just key in the cell reference here, I just key in the cell reference, and then it will show equals to 15. So this is for the plus operator, and then we also have, just give me a moment. Okay, this is for plus operator, and then we have minus operator. So this minus, of course, return the difference of numbers. So let's say here I have, I'm just going to show you B2 minus B3. So what is my B2? My B2 is B2 here 13. Sorry, 12. My B2 here 12, and then minus B3. So B3 right here is 3. Okay, 12 minus 3 equals to 9. So this is a minus operator, so you just need to key in minus. And then you also have this multiplication operator, so you need to put asterisk. Okay, for multiplication you need to use asterisk. For example here, value 1 asterisk value 2. So here I put B2, B2 is 12, and then asterisk B3, B3, which is equals to 3. So it's going to calculate 12 multiplied by 3. So here is the answer. That is for asterisk. And then you also have the slash operator. Slash operator is used for division. So it just value 1, and then you put the slash, and then value 2. For example here, B2, which is equals to 12, slash B3. B3 equals to 3. So it's just going to calculate 12 divided by 3 equals to 4. So for the sum operator, you just need, it will return the sum of a few numbers. So it's almost similar with the plus operator. Okay, because it just plus everything. Okay, it's just a simple way. If you have a large data, you can use sum instead. Okay, if you have a large data, I will suggest you can use the sum function instead of key in the plus sign. So here, to use this function, you just key in here sum, or you don't have to key in. If you just go right here, okay, you have it, sum. Okay, it's either you key in manually, or you can just go to function and just click on sum, and then you just highlight those boxes that you want to use. Okay, you just need to highlight those boxes that you want to use in your calculation. For example, here I just key in SUM, and after that I just click on 12 and then drag my mouse to 3 and let go, and then this thing will be key in automatically, so I don't have to type. Just show you one. I just key in here. So let's say here I have 5, 6, 8, 1. Okay, here I want to calculate the sum of all these four cells. So what you can do, you just click on function, sum, and then okay, after you click sum, this formula will be generated automatically right here. So what you need to do now is just put in the cell, what cell that you want to calculate. So for my case here, I'm just going to click on the first cell. Don't let go of your mouse, then just drag it till the end of the cell that you want to be calculate together. So for example here, I just drag it until F7. Okay, so you just key in enter. So it will calculate the sum from here till here, which is equals to 20. So that is for sum. You also can do the same for the average. So again, you can just key in on the function, or you just key in manually average. Okay, again, you can do similar with the number inside. You either key in manually or just do like what I show you. Just click on the first cell, don't let go, and then drag it. And after that, key in enter, so it will be generated for you. So for the combination here, I just show you, this is a combination of sum, we have plus, we have minus, we have a multiplication as well. So you are not stick only to only using one formula, one function. No, you are not. You can mix it up. So you can mix the sum, you can use a division together with that, you can use a multiplication, you can use a division. It's totally up to you. You are not limited to use only one formula per cell. No, you are not. So you can mix it up to whatever formula that you need to use. Now, we are going to talk about our record macros. So, after knowing what formula that you want to use, after knowing whatever function that you would like to generate automatically, so now we can use absolute reference. For record macro, there are two. So, the first one is absolute reference. So, for the absolute reference, okay, for example, here I'm just showing you uh, I'm going to change the formula. Not the formula for the cell, okay, not the formula function. It's just how it looks like. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to give it color. Just a simple one, but it's totally up to you. You can also use this to customize your formula. For example, here to start, just click on tools. Click on tools, and after that bring your cursor to macros, and then you have this option record macros. After you click on record macros, then you will see this use absolute reference. Okay, like I told you in the beginning, there's two type of macro, which is absolute reference and relative reference. So I'm going to show you, the first one is what is absolute reference. Okay, so now as you can see, it will show you recording the new macros. So means that it will capture whatever you do on your screen. Okay, it will capture whatever that you do in your screen. Let's say here, let's go to so here record macro, so it will show you recording the new macro. So here I'm just highlight the first row and make it bold. Okay, and then I just make the cell lined and then I make it to the center, and after that I give it a background color. Okay, so as you can see here down there, it will show you how many how many steps it took me. Okay, so I will show you one more time. So macros, record macros. So keep your eyes right here. Okay, for whatever step that I created, so it will show you action 1, set format style, and then I create the line. Action 2, set borders, and then I make it to the center. Action 3, set format style, and then as you can see here, set format style again, click on save. Okay, and then just give it a name, and after that click on save. So now as you can see, if I go to tools and I go to macros and just click on table, okay, on table. So for the first time that you use the macros, only the first time that you use the macros on the spreadsheet, okay, the first time that you're using the macros on the spreadsheet, only this box will pop up. But let's say if you already conduct a few macros in the same spreadsheet, this box will not pop up. It's just showing you the authorization required. Okay, so you need to click on continue and then choose your account. Okay, click on allow, and then only it will run. Only the macros will run. For example here, after you use the macros, you don't have to do it again. Means that just now I make the first row bold, I make it into the center, I put a border line, and also I put a background color for the first row. So I don't have to do it again. It will do for me automatically. And for your, if you can remember this one, we are using use absolute reference. Okay, for absolute reference means that you don't have to click on the first cell for it to run. But then if you go with the relative reference, okay, if you go with relative reference, the format will only apply on the specific cell that you click. But for here, use absolute reference. Okay, even if I click on J here, if my active cell will be on J first, okay, the formula will still be run from here, from A1. Later on, you will see the different more. Okay, use absolute reference. So this is absolute reference. Doesn't matter where did you click your active cell, it will always follow here. Since you already start recording from the A1, okay, since you're recording from the A1 and you apply the formula from here to here, from A1 to D7, so whatever step that you done, it will only be applied on this particular range, which is range A1 till D7. Okay, it will only be applied on this particular range, but different from use relative reference. It is done. So relative reference, for this one, it doesn't have to be, it will apply only on your active cell. Let's say here my active cell is D2. So now we are going to record our macro first. Okay, I'm going to calculate the average here. So go to tools, macro, record macro, and then for this time we are use the relative reference. So when you click on the relative reference, okay, so now it will show you recording the new macros, then only you will start with your move. So for my case here, I go to tools, macro, record macros, and then for here, I'm going to calculate the average. So what I did is just, okay, I'm going to go to the function, click on average, again highlight, this is score 1 to score 2, and enter. Okay, so the step is only one, which is set formula, and then I just save it and key in any names that you want. For example here, average, and then save the new macros, and then done. That's it. So if I go back to my tools, now I can see average. Okay, now I can see average. When I click on average, it will be execute on the exact cell where my active cell was. So my active cell was on D3. So previously D3 was empty as well. Okay, so we record the macros on D2. My D3 is cell. My D3 cell is empty, so I just click on tools, average. So when I click on average, it will be execute on the specific cell, which is D3. Okay, so this is relative reference. The formula, the function will only be applied on the specific cell, the active cell that you are on. So now let's just show you again live the relative and also absolute. Okay, so here So I'm going to create an empty sheet. Okay. So now let's try out with the absolute. So here I have number. Sorry, I have number one. Sorry, one, two. Okay, six. And then here, let me just copy this. Sorry, this one. Okay. So I have number one, two. Let's just make it until six. And then I have operator equation. Okay. And then I have example. Okay, what I'm trying to show you is what happened to the box. Okay, for example here, I have A, B, C, and D. So my A, B, C, and D is active. As you can see here, I have the one that I already saved the step. Okay, I already saved the step for this one. I already record the macros. So the one that active is A, B, C, and D. So here I have A, B, C, D. Let's say here I put example 2. Okay, remember the one that I record in macros is only for this cell until 6. So row 6, now make it 7. Okay, so if I go to data, if I go to tools, I go to macros and I click on table. So now let's just go anywhere. So I click on H, yeah. So my active cell here is H11. Go to tools, macro, and when I click on table, as you can see here, it's only going to happen up here. Okay, A, B, C, and D until D7. Remember, it's only going to apply on the one that we save on our step right here when we save our macros. So now for this one, let's do our own macros. Okay, so go to tools, macros, record macros. So now we are going again to use absolute reference. So then just now, like I show you, if I click on somewhere else, it's going to start from here till here. So use absolute reference. Now it start recording. So let's just make it to the center, make it bold, make it italic if you want. And then let's just put a background color. Let's just do green color this time. And the font make it white. Okay, and then I'm going to create a border. So now it's action 6. So I have 6 steps. So now let's just click on save. I'm going to put green for this one and then click on save. Okay, so now it's already saved. Let's create another one. Okay, this one just to show you. Now I'm clicking on, let's just click on J. So I'm currently in J11 just to show you. So this is my active cell. So since it's absolute macro, so if I go to tools, if I go to tools here and click on green, doesn't matter where I am, it's going to apply on this side. Okay, the one that we save in our macro step. So since my macro step is from A1 till A8, so as you can see here, okay, it will apply here. But different from if we use the relative, I'll just do this. Okay, so here we are going to create our another macros. Just go to tools again, macros, and record macros. So here we are going to use relative reference. Okay, using relative reference. So what you want to do? So let's say here I make it bold, I make it italic. Let's say the font color, I make it this color, and then let's say I make it bigger into 14 maybe, and then make it into the center. Okay, let's just save this one. I'm just going to put it hello as well. Okay, so it's safe. Remember, this is cell G10. Okay, G10. So here, even though I put it in A9, so this one I put high. Okay, this one C as well, put high. Okay, now let's go to A9 and go to tools again, macros, and click on Hello. So the step that we just apply right here, okay, it will also happen here. So the difference between absolute and relative. So for relative, it doesn't matter where it's going to be applied on your active cell. It will start from that active particular active cell. But if you're using absolute, so it will copy your cell reference. So let's say your cell reference start from A1. So doesn't matter where are your active cells that your current active cells are, it will only apply to those when you created the macros. It will apply start from those that you start in your macros, the exact location. If relative, it doesn't have to be the exact location. It can be anywhere on your screen. When you click on your active cell, it will apply on that. So let's just go here, macros, and hello. Okay, so it will be applied on your current active cell. Okay, is there any question for relative and absolute macros? So it can also be applied for formula. It doesn't have to be the font style. Like I show you here, let's just sample. So here is the average. So it can be the formula. It doesn't have to be like, for example, I'm just showing you the format of the text, but can also be applied on the calculation as well. So right here is the calculations. Okay, is everybody okay with the macros? Because the macros has only two. Okay, it's only absolute and also relative reference. So for the absolute, remember it will copy the exact location. But if you choose relative reference, so when you execute the formula, sorry, when you execute the macros, it will be applied on the exact active cell. So that's the difference between absolute reference and also relative reference. Is there any question? So here, relative reference again. Okay, I'm just calculating the average. Okay, now, since there's no question, remove macros. So let's say you are calculating the macros by, is not, let's say you accidentally create it and you don't want it. Okay, how can you remove your macros? To do that, just click again on tools. Okay, click again on tools, but this time you click on manage macros. Okay, click on manage macros. After you click on manage macros, here you can see all the list of your macros that you just created. Absolute or also relative, so everything else will be come out here. So what you need to do, you just bring your cursor, okay, to the three dot here. Bring your cursor to the three dot and choose remove. Okay, choose remove, and after that you just update your macros, and then that's it. Your macros will be removed, but don't worry. So whatever formula that you applied using the macros will not be deleted. It will be there. It just you are removing the macros, so the step is not saved anymore. But then if you run or execute any calculation using the macros previously, when you click on the update, it will not be removed. It will be there.